Well, what's going on, guys? My name is Andre and I'm very excited that you are watching my next video here on this YouTube channel. So I'm gonna go straight to the point and tell you guys about the new method that I recently discovered and that allowed me to get two of my assets that were restricted to get unrestricted. Asset number one that was restricted for me was my personal marketplace shop. In fact, I had at least 11 restrictions in 2021 and I recently had one more restriction earlier in this month. I clicked request review on my marketplace shop. That did nothing. My shop was still restricted, which was very unusual. Normally it would get unrestricted within like 3 to 4 hours, but nothing happened. So what I did, I used one of the old email chains where an agent previously helped me, and I sent him the blueprint certification, which is actually the method that allowed me to get it unrestricted. And the next day, or rather even in the same day, he messages back saying the issue was fixed. So problem number one solved. The asset number two that was restricted was actually my ad account, and it was restricted when I was doing Shopify dropshipping. For those of you who do not know, my background is actually Shopify dropshipping. I have made a couple other videos specifically saying that people should start with Facebook Marketplace because they should not do it with Shopify, and the pros and cons. You guys can check out those videos later if you would like. But back to the topic, that ad account was restricted in 2020. I appealed multiple times. I had no luck getting that account back. I appealed like 3 times. I filed multiple email support requests, but the agent simply refused to give it back to me. They of course do their whole Facebook script saying you violated commerce policies. There are system checks in place to make sure that the user is not violating policies, you know, the standard Facebook BS that I call. And what I did, I leveraged the blueprint certification. Now let's wait for the helicopter to pass by, because again we're in San Diego, so there is always something flying next to us.
A few moments later.
Anyhow, I sent him the blueprint certification. You can see in the email right here that he refused to give back the access to me, and I said, please review attached. I attached my blueprint certification, and the next day I actually get an email from Leslie and a phone call from a California phone number, and it was the very same Leslie with a very much American accent, which I was pleasantly surprised, because normally you get a phone call from someone clearly abroad, because Facebook tends to outsource their customer support program to people who are abroad. Anyhow, she told me that the issue was fixed. That was never the case when I did not have the blueprint certification. I never leveraged it before, but so far, as you guys can see, 2 out of 2 times, 100% success rate, I was able to get these assets unrestricted. I have not had experience yet with getting unrestricted and restricted with shops, so if I do have it later, I will let you guys know, so stay tuned for that video down the line. Hopefully it never happens to me, but with Facebook there are just no guarantees, you never know. But I do plan to personally use it to get any of my Commerce Manager shops that will or may get restricted, unrestricted, so we will see how that goes later. And about the exam itself, it consists of 60 questions, I believe, and there is a time limit of 1 hour and 30 minutes. So it's a timed exam, and you have to study for it if you do not know the basics. If you guys are familiar with, you know, Facebook ads, how they work, the structure, you guys will be more or less fine, but I still do suggest to take practice exams, and I included the link in the description that leads you to the Digital Marketing Associate Blueprint certification, which is exactly the one that I took. For me, it was personally easy because, again, I come myself from a background in Shopify dropshipping, so I'm more or less familiar with ads. So there is that. And also keep in mind that if you decide to take the exam online and not go to a physical place, it will be strict. You will be monitored to make sure that you're not cheating, that you're not leaving the room during the exam process. So make sure that you go to the bathroom, because if you do not and you want to, well, you are out of $99 and you have to pay it again to retake the exam. So keep that in mind. So this is all I have for you guys. This is the method not too many people talk about yet, so I do hope that you guys find this method helpful, and I do hope that you can leverage this method to your advantage, especially if you guys currently have any restricted business managers, restricted ad accounts that you want to convert into shops. I think that will especially come in handy. So do give this method a shot. And if you guys are finding this video helpful and what I had to say, do consider
smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell.
You guys know the basics, because it will definitely help my channel grow, and it will help other people discover this amazing method, and it will also help beginner dropshippers get unrestricted, well, hopefully 100% of the time. So this is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in the next video.